All right, guys, as I left you guys on the last video, we installed the Blitz strut tower bar on our GR Corolla. We're actually going to take the top part off, and we're going to do an oil change today. So we're going to be showing you guys a little bit of step-by-step. We've actually never done this ourselves, but we're going to be pulling the bottom tray out. We're going to do a little inspection, kind of show you guys, if you guys have never seen that before, kind of show you some of the steps. We're actually going to check this dry. This car has been sitting for 2 days, so we're going to find out how much oil is actually sitting in the pan. So as the car sits, a lot of the oil drains down from the head and everything. It'll come down and the pan will be the most full it'll ever be. So some people like to actually check the oil levels when it's hot. This is just a different method. We're just trying to see how much oil is actually in the pan. It should be a little bit more towards the fuller side of things. So let's actually pull this out and let's check it out. So as you can see, it's pretty good. It's actually really clean. This car doesn't have a lot of miles on it. So I'm going to wipe it and I'm going to do another little check on it real quick. And like I said, and please feel free to leave a comment below how you guys actually do it. Like I said, this is completely dry, so to speak. But you can see it's at the top level right there. It's right underneath that spot. I actually just rubbed it, but there's quite a bit of oil in there. It looks really clean. One thing we're going to do is we're actually going to check for, we're just going to look with a light and see if there's any metallic fragments. Basically, we're going to see if there's any, and it's normal. You know, we're going to check the oil filter, try to open it up on this one, depending. We did it in our Supra install when we actually looked and seen, because as the motor's breaking in, there are little things that come off, but what we don't want is big chunks of metal. So let's get this going. If you didn't watch our last video, any strut brace will have interference a little bit with the oil fill, as well as I want to make a comment again, it could interfere. These braces could interfere with different styles of intakes. I think you probably just want to check like the forums and things like that to see which ones are fitting with the braces and stuff. But anyways, for simplicity, we're just going to remove this whole brace. We're going to set it aside so we can get in here and kind of get this off. So we're going to get the car up in the air and we're going to show you guys the underbelly. So guys, on the assist is Caleb again today, and he suggests, and from his experience when he used to work at Subaru as lube tech, he would actually remove this so that all the air can drain through, so it's not a solid compressed area. And he also pulls this, and it also, when you put it back and you're feeling it, it just reminds you to check everything. All right guys, I kind of want to talk real quick on oil and fluid. We looked it up on the internet. This car actually calls for a 0-20. Some of you guys might be running like something different, just basically in different heat elements. A lot of guys will run like 5W20, I believe, right? Yeah. Or 5W30. There's a new oil from Toyota, 0W16. So this car calls for a 0-20. We're actually going to be putting the GR oil in. We do sell a lot of the Motul oil, which comes highly recommended, and a lot of our other customers on other platforms use this over this. They're kind of the same thing, and as you guys might know, this is just rebranded. I'm not sure who actually makes this, but it'll tell you on the back here. Okay, so with that quick tip, please feel free to leave me some info below. What are you guys running? What are the track guys running? What are you guys running in colder temperatures, warmer temperatures? What have you guys noticed? We're just kind of, I think we got like 1,200, 1,300 miles on this car, so we're kind of just doing the first oil change. We're kind of just documenting to show you guys. We're gonna actually pull this whole plate off. Now to do the oil change yourself, you will only need to pull out these 4 bolts here and you'll be able to access everything. But we want to kind of like do an inspection, check everything out. So we're going to drop this whole tray. But this thing is super cool. And actually I'll show you guys once this gets off. But I don't know if you guys noticed this, but on the engine bay cover, there's actually, if you look at some of the videos and some of the other stuff I've talked about, there's kind of a concept of the air flowing in and around and down the backside of the motor to the turbo. And I believe that this is actually going to help that. If I'm wrong, go ahead and tell me. But we just had a conversation, and like this air is pulling through here to pull air away from the differential, pull it back through the cat and everything like that, as well as I think it's going to pull air down. Those are actually quite smart how they did that. But it's super cool how they engineer these things, guys. Crazy, there's a 10 millimeter, there's 4 10 millimeters here. And that is going to allow this to actually come down to release this way. And there's a ton of these little clips that you need a little pick tool for. So let me show you how that works. Yeah, just like that. And you got to get in and underneath it, and it just kind of picks in and lifts up just like that. So quite easy. So just follow us along real quick. We'll bang this out. So you guys can check that out. So if you guys were to remove these 4 bolts that I talked about right here, you'll be able to access the pan and I believe the filter all at the same time. So they made it super convenient. But check this out. It's super cool how the air is going to come right through here like I was talking about. Let me know your guys' comments and thoughts, but as you can see, it just kind of fits right up there, and any air is just gonna kind of suck up in that direction. All right, so let's set this off to the side. So we got this off. We're kind of just giving it a good look over and stuff like that. Let me get our flashlight. Let's get into it. You are going to need a 14 mil for the drain plug here. We're actually going to check and see if this drain plug, if we have any magnetic drain plugs, maybe the one from the FRS, the 86 fits this. So we're going to find out on that. If so, we'll leave a link below what that actually is. Got a super tiny oil filter here. You want to check that out? Super tiny. Let me get a flashlight. So guys, for those of you who have not seen this, pretty cool. Really short pan. The upper pan comes up to here. Super cool, super clean. This is your transmission over here. These are your air intake. This is the intake side of it here. This is the other part of your intercooler here. Looks like we got a little bit of wetness going on here. I see a little bit of, this is probably from blow-by. A little bit of oil there, which makes sense. It's gonna sit in this area here, I would think. Quite interesting, coming off the turbo this way. You guys can look up this way. Come on over here, Jose. See if you can just kind of shoot up and show them everything. So again, this is our first time looking at it on camera with you guys. Looks like this got a little bit of oil here. You can see it. So I'm not sure if just this just wasn't tight perfectly. These are some of the things you won't see if you take your car to the dealer, guys. So yeah, you can see that's oil right there. It's a little wet. And so this is the lowest spot of this pipe right here. And again, this is off the intercooler side. Well, into the intercooler, comes this way and back around this way. All right, guys, so we're gonna pull this out. We're gonna pull the filter. I believe we're gonna drain this first, then we'll get this broken loose. Again, you only need a 14. We also have this, which will actually help us break this oil filter. And then we have a genuine Toyota filter that we're gonna put back in. We'll have a link below for this one. This one does come with a special crush washer. It's kind of like a nylon metal, ceramic probably. So that's included in every box there. So let's get to it. So guys, what I'm actually doing, it's probably not a strong enough magnet. Sometimes you can actually put this real close to the oil and you can see the oil, if there's a lot of metal in it, you can actually see the stream like move. So this is actually a good sign. I know this might seem weird to some of you guys, but. Okay, so you guys, we're trying to do this like you would at home. So we're just using a basic oil pan, well, what is this, oil drain bin. And we're gonna dispose of this properly. We're gonna put it into one of our other bins where we take it and dispose of this stuff. Looks like the washer got stuck on there, huh? No? Mm-hmm. Or is that just? That's common, yeah. That's old. No, that's just the way it is.
That's the old crush washer.
Is it?
Yeah. It's just actually crushed, so it stays on there.
Put that light. Let's take a look in here, Jose. So if this was white or had some green in here, this would not be good. It means you got a bad head gasket or something going on. I mean, this car is brand new, so it really shouldn't be having any issues. I mean, we take it out, we test it, we drive it for you guys, but we drive it for ourselves too. We have a good time with it. It's a great car, but really shouldn't be having any issues with it. It was clean, but a little dark. So this is the part where you guys just want to walk away, let this drain for a couple minutes. Like I told you guys earlier in the video, this is actually, the car's been sitting for 2 days, so the oil's nice and cool. You're not gonna burn yourself doing this. You're just gonna want to drain everything. So this car requires 4.5. So the oil package that we'll have on our website will be 5 quarts. It will eventually we'll add diff and other fluids and things like that, like we have done for the 86. But 5 quarts will get the job done with a filter and a crush washer, so super simple. But this is the time just to let it drain completely out, and then we're gonna put the plug back in, we're gonna get the filter out, and then we're gonna get everything sorted out. We'll take a look at the filter for you guys too. But as you guys are doing it at home, because that's what most of you guys are gonna be doing on the side of your house or in the garage or anything like that, super simple. Just make sure you're safe underneath the car. If you don't feel comfortable, always take it to one of your local shops that can handle it for you guys. So I do want to comment, this is just one of the tools we had around. We actually have the cup style tool. I've seen other people, put a screwdriver right through this and just spin it off. This thing wasn't overly tight, but we're gonna make a little bit of a mess here. So the oil is gonna come out here now. And that's everything that's in the filter there too. So I actually kind of want to like check inside here and stuff and kind of show you guys. So I'm gonna let this drain a little bit here. And this is, the process to do this should be like 30 to 40 minutes. total tops, like maximum time. Super simple, super easy, but we're taking our time. We're just kind of looking into some things and showing you guys some stuff. I'm just kind of like looking in here, inspecting, you know, just making sure there's no chunks. I don't expect anything. I don't even see any metal flakes like reflecting off the light or anything. Let me grab my phone, kind of just get a little bit more light in there. Yeah, you can go a step further. You can actually cut these open, and this part right in here is where the material is. I'm not sure what this one is. Usually some sort of like paper, and you can actually open it up like an accordion style and actually look for metal in there and stuff. In here, as this keeps draining, I can kind of see it. You guys probably won't be able to see it on camera. Just a little bit of normal. This is just, I mean, 100% normal. There's just teeny little flakes in there. It's been a couple minutes. And I want to kind of, how I would do this again if I had to, I would actually let this one drain as much as possible. Then I would shift your oil bucket over here to the filter. We kind of ran out of space, like one was coming this way and the other filter came. So to not make a mess, that's what I would actually do. I would wait for this to finish. I would get your crust washer. We pulled that one off. And then I would actually put this back on. We did look, we actually do not have any magnetic drain plugs here in stock. We will have them by the time this video's out. So we know that a couple of our manufacturers have it. We don't have the same thread pitch. It's not the same as the GR86 like we thought. It's not the same as the A90 Supra. So we will have these on the website. We'll make sure to put a link below. So that's something cool you guys might want to do. But I'm going to seal this up, and then I'm going to give it a quick wipe real quick. I'm going to give this a quick wipe. I'm going to get the bolt in there. Wipe it out again real quick. We'll put the torque spec below. We'll look it up and put it down there for you guys, but it's really just a rule of thumb just to get it nice and tight. So I just found out the torque spec on this. This is 14 foot-pounds. So my elbow is pretty good. I can kind of tell. Give it a good 14er right there. We're good. One thing you want to do is you don't want to over tighten it. So let's take a look at this. Let's come on this side over here. I just want to show you guys where the filter is and everything like that and see how it just kind of drains down. So we're just going to clean this up for any future stuff. I'm going to have Caleb, what the steps are going to be for any oil changes. You want to lube with usually the old oil. That might not make sense to you guys. But on the oil filter itself, and Caleb's over there checking it out right now.
These are literally just as tight as you can get them in tight.
Yeah. So one comment on that, guys, is like what Caleb just said, is these are literally just as tight as you can get them with your hand. As the heat comes into it and everything like that, it'll seal up really, really good. So we're just going to make sure this is clean. And again, it's already tight with the hand. So we're good to go on this. The bottom is tight, 14 foot-pounds of torque over here. Just wiping it all down. And now we're going to lower the car down and we're going to start the fill process. This isn't lining up. It's because this can actually move. And it's real important that you guys get these in. As you're driving at high speed, these things can actually move a little bit. So it's important to get the clips in the right spots. We got all our bolts in, so we are good to go. But as I told you earlier, you guys don't actually have to do that. You just need to remove this right here. But we just wanted to kind of do a full inspection. We recommend the same for you guys too. Check it all out. See these holes here and then all this stuff? These are actually, there's air forcing up through here and it comes around. I mentioned this in one of my other videos, and it comes back and around and goes through this part and back down to cool the backside of the motor and relieves and pulls heat away. Kind of strange concept. I don't know exactly how it works. If you know, let me know. So now we're gonna fill it up. We've already removed the cap. We had the Golden Wrench Black Lion cap on here. Super simple, and we can actually check this is gonna be empty. But let's fill it, 4.5 quarts. Let's see where we're at. Yep. So guys, this is probably what you have at your house. This is what we had around here. Some of you guys will actually have the piece that actually threads in. That's the professional style. And if you're at a dealership, you actually have the gun and it'll go in here and then you will set it and forget about it. So again, guys, one of the things is we're trying to show you guys like how you would do it at home. I think this is a little tiny hole, but we're gonna put all the oil in and let's just load it up. So we're just gonna put our cap back on from Black Line here. So we'll get this guy back on. We're gonna get our Blitz strut bar back on. So I got that. I'm gonna check this. We're gonna actually check it real quick. Oh. You see how clean that oil is now? We put 4.5 quarts in, like I mentioned earlier. Let's check it again real quick. And so now, last step, we're actually going to start it up. You can see the oil. We're going to start it up and get some oil back in the head and go from there. Give it a little rev. Just a little one. Just a little one. All right, cool. All right, guys, so as you can see, there's a lot of fluid in the car, which is supposed to be. The 4.5 quarts was actually perfect. As you guys saw, there's a lot of oil pressure. This car, you can just check it right there. You saw we give it a little blip, and you saw the pressure go up. So we know everything's good and nice and tight and sealed. So that's it. That's the 411 on the oil change for the GR Corolla. Pretty simple, 14 millimeter. You're going to need the OEM filter. 020 oil is what we actually use, and that's what we recommend because that's what Toyota recommends. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It was an interesting video. It was our first time doing it. So if you guys got any tips or tricks or any recommendations on oil, put it below so anybody else can read it and get some information on this. A lot of people will end up referring to this video. Tool list will be down below. The link for oil, fluid, the drain plug that I talked about, everything will be down below. So see you guys on the next video, and have a good day.